What's going on, guys? It's Steve. Now, I'm very curious, okay? Listen, yesterday I made a video about Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. And I'm curious because a lot of people, more than usual, actually believe that Kawhi Leonard is better than LeBron. But I already proved that he's not. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to ask you guys, how the hell is Kawhi Leonard better than Stephen Curry? Okay, listen. I know I'm not a big Stephen Curry fan. I know I do think he was overrated last year and the year before. But he was still the third best player in the world. The only reason why I said he was overrated is because some people said he was the best when he was not. He was the third best after LeBron and Kevin Durant. Okay, and he's still the third best player in the NBA. Here's the thing about Stephen Curry. My man Stephen Curry. Okay, I know a lot of you guys think I hate him. I don't hate him, okay? He's still the third best player in the world. He's still the best shooter on the planet. He's still one of the most efficient players in NBA history. History, not just this season, not just last season, not just the season prior, but historically, in NBA history, he's one of the most efficient players. 50% from the field, 40% from three, and 90% from the three-point line. Can it get any better than that? With Kevin Durant on his team, he's still averaging 27 points per game. He's averaging more than Kevin Durant is, and Kevin Durant is the best scorer in the world. Could you imagine if Curry were playing without KD again this year? He'd probably be averaging 35 to 40. Okay? Stephen Curry is one of the best offensive players on the planet. He's the best shooter in NBA history. Don't give me, he's not better than Ray Allen. He's not better than Reggie Miller. Listen, they both came out and said he's the best shooter ever. Okay, so if you have the previous, considered best shooters ever saying that Stephen Curry is the best shooter ever, then guess what? Stephen Curry is the best shooter ever. The stats just prove it. He breaks his own records. Okay? Which is absolutely ridiculous. Okay? But it's not just that I'm, going crazy about. This guy is a very underrated playmaker. So underrated that I didn't even know he was this good at playmaking until probably around April of last season when they won 73-9. The reason why I say that is because I never really watched him play. I just watched highlights. But when you actually watch him play, you can see his presence on the floor in general opens up the floor and just creates plays. Now, when he has the basketball, his passing ability is top tier. Okay, his IQ is top tier. I mean, there's really no knock on this guy's game except for defense. Okay? He's a better scorer than Kawhi. He's a better shooter than Kawhi. He's clutcher than Kawhi. Okay, I know people are going to say, it's debatable. Listen, Kawhi has had some big moments, I'll give you that. But Stephen Curry is clutch Curry, unless he's guarded by LeBron James. Okay? I mean, you name it, and Stephen Curry does it. That is how good Stephen Curry is. Okay, and I just don't understand why people are hating on Curry. People thought I hated on him last year, but it wasn't that I hated on him. It's just he was overrated as hell. People thought, he's better than LeBron, he's better than Kevin Durant. No, and it's the same concept with Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is a beast of a player, okay? But he is not the first best player in the world. He's not the second best player in the world. And there's a truck going by my apartment at 8 o'clock in the morning. He's not the best player in the world. He's not the second best player in the world. And he's not the third best player in the world. That is Stephen Curry who takes that nod. Now, in terms of who is the fourth and fifth, it's obviously James Harden, Kawhi, or Russ. Those are debatable. I would take James Harden over both of them. And then I would take Kawhi over Russ. Because Kawhi is efficient and he plays incredible defense. Okay? It's just the simple fact. And by the way, let's not forget that when Kevin Durant, and people are going to say, he only has that good record because of Kevin Durant. He went 73-9 last year without KD. That is the best season, one of the best seasons in NBA history. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say that's the best regular season in NBA history by a player. The first unanimous MVP. And then this year, guess what? When Kevin Durant got injured, What did Stephen Curry do? Didn't they go on like a 13-game winning streak without him? And Steph started averaging like 33? So it just blows my mind that people actually think that Stephen Curry is not the third best player on the planet. He is. It's a simple fact. He's the third best player on the planet, and he'll probably remain so for the next few years. Okay? Now, do I think he's going to be top 5, top 10 ever? No. You never know. If him and KD win like 5, 6 in a row, you never know. Anything can happen. But as of now, he's obviously one of the best players ever. Okay? But he's not at the top of the top with your players of the 03 draft, your 96 draft, your 84 draft, players of that caliber. He's not quite there just yet. He's getting there. If he can win more championships and finals MVP. He doesn't even have a finals MVP, but let's be real. He deserved it. Okay, I mean, let's be honest. He deserved it. And then someone in the comments said, I think it was Patrick Montgomery. He wasn't coming at me or anything. He was just saying, Steve, didn't you say Klay Thompson is more valuable because he's a better two-way player? And I said yes, because Klay Thompson, I didn't reply, but in my mind I was thinking like Klay Thompson, and I'm sorry I haven't been replying to comments lately. I'm just enjoying, I'm not going to lie, I've been at the basketball court all day, okay? Finally, no BS essays about art and garbage like that. I can finally just play a ball all day. But anyway, so he left that comment, and in my mind, I'm thinking like, you know what? I still think, well, it's kind of tough because Klay Thompson, when he gets hot, game's over. It doesn't matter if you're down by 20. If he gets hot, they're going to come back and win that game. Defensively, he can guard the 1 through 3 spot. So Klay Thompson is extremely valuable to the Golden State Warriors, but obviously so is Stephen Curry. So they're both extremely valuable to their teams. So maybe I was wrong when I said Klay Thompson was more valuable. I do take that back thinking about it now. But I will say this. Just because you're more valuable doesn't mean you're a better player. Think about this for a second. Giannis Antetokounmpo is one of the most valuable players in the NBA because he can do every single thing on the floor. Draymond Green is one of the most valuable players in the NBA because he can do every single thing on the floor. Does that make them the best players on the planet? No, it does not. It simply does not. So if you want to argue that Kawhi is more valuable, okay, that's debatable. But I'll say this, that doesn't mean you're a better player. Okay? Stephen Curry has done things that Kawhi could only dream of. And he probably never will be able to achieve. Not knocking at Kawhi, it's just the Spurs, they're going to just keep getting older and older and older. And eventually, I know people have been saying that for like 6, 7 years, but eventually, that age is going to catch up to them. Okay? Unless they get, obviously now Kawhi's the centerpiece and not Tim Duncan, but Tony's old. He's done for the season. Manu's old. This is probably his last season. Okay? This is probably his last season too. So all of these things are going to come into play with the Spurs. They're going to need to get some pieces. Okay, Kawhi's going to need help. They have LaMarcus Aldridge, him and Kawhi. They're going to need some solid younger role players. Okay? But I still think Stephen Curry is the third best player in the world. I mean, to me, it's not even debatable. It's LeBron, it's Kevin Durant, and it's Stephen Curry. And it's simple as that. Now, I want to stray away for 1 second. Did you guys see LeVar Ball, what's his name? I think it's not Lonzo. Yeah, I think it's Lonzo Ball, the dude that's going to get drafted this year. Lonzo Ball. Have you seen his signature shoes that they're selling for $500? Boy, oh boy. Those shoes look like something you get from Walmart. They look like a mix of Starberries. If you guys don't know what Starberries are, you guys are probably too young for that. Because I was young when those were popping. Starberries are like Stephon Marbury's, but they're called Starberries. They're like a combination of Starberries and Shaq's. I don't know why people don't get at Shaq for having his shoes sold at Walmart like that. Because that's probably what's going to happen with Lonzo. But someone needs to get at Shaq for that because your shoes are selling at Walmart. Now, obviously, most people don't have their own shoe. But I'll sit there and say this. Your shoes are selling at Walmart. Come on, people. Like, I'm surprised Chuck hasn't got at him for that yet. Anyway, man, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And I really want to know in the comment section below, do you think Stephen Curry is the third best player in the world? And if not, tell me why. I think he is. To be honest, I don't even think it's debatable at this point in time. And that's just the way it is, in my honest opinion. It's LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and then guess what? It's Stephen Curry. And after that, I would honestly, in my opinion, it's James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and then Russell Westbrook. Listen, I know people are going to say, oh, Steve, you just hate Russell Westbrook. It's not that I hate Russell Westbrook. He's a great player. But his damn IQ is too low. His IQ is too low. He just turns the ball over too much. He's inefficient. He can barely shoot the ball. He pisses me off because this dude could be so freaking good. But he just plays with emotion and not brain. If you notice, LeBron plays with his brain, not emotion. KD plays with his brain. Stephen Curry, they play with their brain. Kawhi even plays with his brain. James Harden, he's similar to Russell Westbrook, but he's not as crazy as Russell Westbrook is. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It has been your man, Steve. I'm out. Peace.